When people come to the least visited country in Asia, Timor-Leste, they often make the mistake of staying in Dili and seeing nothing outside of the capital. But in this video, I'm going to show you some traditional housing, coffee plantations, a really cool hike, and the craziest waterfall I've seen in a long time. I'm going to go deep into the inlands of this country and show you the real Timor-Leste on this trip. So it's 8:45 a.m. and we're starting our journey outside of Dili. We're on this journey with Island Explorer tours. It's always good to have locals showing you the place. So for our first proper stop, we're at this place called Dilly Memorial, which is like a World War II memorial. But what's really cool about this place is that it's kind of high up in the mountains right next to Dili. And behind me over there, you can see pretty much the whole city of Dili, including the bay and the Christ statue all the way over there that we saw in the other video. When I say it's a World War II memorial, it was basically when East Timor was a part of the Portuguese Empire. The Timorese people were fighting against the Japanese who were invading this place at the time. Okay, so we've driven for an hour. We're by this village named Selai Crag with a lot of beautiful rice fields. The road out here is a little bit bumpy, to say the least, but we made it.
We're currently on the outskirts. Terrain is tough, but spirits are high.
Now we're gonna get a closer look at these rice fields. There's like a beautiful lake in front of us. We're right in the middle of all the rice fields. This looks a lot like Vietnam, or even like Bangladesh, where I'm from. Just a little bit more hilly around us. Just a little bit of a precarious path here. Okay, we're going through this like bridge in the middle of the lake over here. And there's like these beautiful terate flowers next to us, like the water lily. This is really pretty. That was a nice view. Now on to the next spot. For our next stop, we drove not too far to this place called Dilly Memorial, which is like a coffee plantation where they actually grow Timorese coffee, so hopefully you'll see that, and a vanilla plantation. And over here we have a really cute puppy and a really cute kid. What's your name? Let's try. What's your name?
Here to go, it's nothing growing here.
So we saw some turmeric plants here, special kind of grass here. It's really long roots that basically stops erosion of the soil over here.
Robusta coffee. Dry and then roaster and then I mix with the 10-gram vanilla.
Okay, we're finally next to some coffee plants and we can see the berries going. I guess that's how they create coffee. I never really looked at a coffee plant before, so I didn't really know like what to expect. But they said these will be ready like next week for harvest. There's some guava trees here. You see a baby pig running away from us. There's some cool pineapple trees here too, or plants here too. This reminds me of the goat in Jurassic Park.
What's gonna happen with him?
Timorese
Puppies. Oh. So I found some really cute puppies here. They're like afraid of me every time I try to talk to them.
vanilla we need to replace in every 5 years.
Okay, behind me are vanilla plants that kind of like grow on other trees, and they have these beans, I guess. They don't have any right now because it's a young plant, but like they have beans from which vanilla is extracted and then processed. Right, so here we have the vanilla extracts, which smells just like vanilla. These black little strips of things, but like this is very bendy. I think they extract this juice or something. Oh shit! Very sweet.
Very cream or
We'll try some vanilla extract. Wow, really sweet. The vanilla powder is just made by crushing up the thingies. It smells like vanilla.
Delicious.
We're finally having some proper local food. There's like rice, green beans.
Is this a beans?
Beans?
Yeah.
Oh, like beans? Okay.
There's like beans, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a different kind of bean soup, it seems like. And there's like these fried things. Apparently they have like noodles and vegetables, or what would they say? And they have like chicken satay, which is what I'm excited to try. And some like buns if we want it. And they're also offering it with a fresh plate of papayas. Now to try it out. It's really nice. Alright, now for the chicken satay. Delicious as always. Let's try this mystery snack. Okay. There is noodles inside. This is a nice way to finish it off. Right now I'm in a village near the town of Mabisi in the highlands, and it's very different here from Dili or the coast, which is so hot. It's like actually kind of chilly. I could be wearing a sweater. You can see that we're in the mountains because like all the little hills around or mountains around us are literally in the clouds. And right now we're next to this house called like a sacred house basically. So every village in Timor, or like every even small area of a village, has their own sacred house, and you can usually recognize it from the roof. It looks a lot like this. Inside, it's like a holy place, and not everyone is allowed inside. From what I understand, it's like people who were connected with the spirits, right? Our guide was telling us like a very interesting story, like from his village back home. There are often people in sacred houses, the people that are connected with the spirits. Apparently they can talk to the crocodiles. It's almost like parcel tongue from Harry Potter, if you know that. People are believed to have the ability to talk with crocodiles. Crocodiles are kind of sacred in a way, right? In Timor? Yeah. So there's like the origin story of Timor-Leste goes back to like a crocodile and a boy came and built it. It's a whole crazy story. I can cover all of it here. So crocodiles are sacred animals. We're in the highlands even more, and we're properly in the mountains. We're surrounded by like massive mountains. We just went past the second highest mountain in the whole country. And now we're gonna try to see this waterfall. But I think the hike to the waterfall is actually like all muddy because it's like raining a bit and it's dangerous to go. So we're gonna try to go to a viewpoint and then see the waterfall from there. The start of the hike is pretty steep. Okay, we're in the proper jungle right now, doing the hike through all these bushes and trees. Honestly, this is a really pretty hike so far. We're walking up into a gorgeous clearing. Okay, this is really beautiful. And up in the distance, I can see the first glimpses of the waterfall. Okay, this is really cool, but behind me you see a sacred house over here too for the people that live in this area. Guys, it is raining so hard right now. Like, this is not good for my camera, so I'm gonna have to stop filming and go find some shade, and I can't even fly my drone in this, so hopefully I can fly it from back there.
So it was kind of tragic that after coming all this way, it wasn't even safe to fly my drone to get a shot of this epic place. But thankfully I chose to do what is not safe. Nothing happened to my drone or my camera in the rain, but my mic stopped working at certain times like this one, and then started working again.
And then it stopped raining. So we could have just waited for like a few more minutes and done all of this. But it is like 4:30 and we gotta hike back for 40 minutes before it gets dark and stuff. And it's really misty. I don't know if you can see over here. So it's better if we move back. This was a solid hike. So this is Doaly Waterfall, which is the highest waterfall in all of Timor-Leste, by the way, which goes up to 200 meters. I couldn't even see the top. Now we're gonna go back. Okay, we finally got back to the hotel almost like 12 hours after we left. It's like a 2-hour drive back, and literally everything I was wearing is drenched. My bag is drenched. Everything inside my bag is like the camera covers and stuff is drenched. Thankfully, the electronics seem to be working. Big shout out to Island Explorer Tours for organizing this. I'll link their website in the description. So if you want to do a tour, you can do it with them instead of trying to figure out public transport, which doesn't really work in Timor-Leste from everything I've heard, or you have to travel at a really slow pace. There's no way you can do everything that we just did without a private car, and I honestly wouldn't recommend driving by yourself around here. You need like a professional to handle some of those roads for sure. And honestly, that was like such a good tour. A lot of people that I know that come to Timor-Leste or East Timor either never leave Dili or just go to Athurila and nothing else. I think the highlands might have been the highlight of our trip. That hike and that waterfall was definitely like one of the best waterfalls I've seen in Southeast Asia, at least. That is it for this video. If you want to watch more videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And if you want real-time travel updates, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Nadir on the go. I am leaving Timor-Leste tomorrow So maybe I'll see you on the next video from Bali, but it might be somewhere else. Let's see.